You started as a Democrat. Were you registered as a Democrat? Would you vote Democrat? How'd you vote in the most previous Virginian election?
I voted for Spanberger. I was a split ticket. Spanberger, Miyares, and then Hashimi.
Why'd you vote for Spanberger?
Well, one, she's a colleague of my father's, but two,
That's politics.
Win some joke. You know, like not a serious candidate, and that was an offense to my liberty, really.
Sure. I mean,
why? They're like, what is gained from Spanberger?
Oh, nothing. I mean, I now looking at it, we're giving away so much that you can see that she's part of a larger plan that
is voting for.
Yes, absolutely. 100% I regret voting for her.
Oh, well, there you go.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys pulling up today. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We have to check out this clip here. You got a plethora of people that came out to vote Democrat. They voted for Kamala. They voted for Spanberger. They voted for other people within the Democrat Party, only to realize that who they are supporting makes absolutely no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. And these people aren't necessarily pushing what's best for the country. They like to play politics. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
I voted for Kamala Harris, and I thought she would be a great president. Until very recently when I saw her comments about the war in Iran. I'm going to play some clips from before the election and from after the war. See what you think.
Foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? This attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles. What we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
So if you have proof that Iran is building a nuclear weapon, would you take military action?
I'm not going to talk about hypotheticals at this moment.
That video is from before the election. She's talking about Iran has American blood on their hands, pointing out the fact that Iran has attacked Americans multiple times. Over 1,000 Americans have been killed since 1979 when the Islamic Republic stole the government of Iran. So she's aware. She's aware of the threat that Iran poses and promising to be strong on national security.
What's the message to Iran?
Don't.
As President Biden said, just don't.
Exactly. One word. Pretty straightforward.
That's Kamala Harris as vice president, supporting the Biden policy against Iran, understanding that Iran is a serious threat. But what happens when Trump takes action against Iran? What does Kamala have to say now? Let's take a look.
When it comes down to it, is that if we want to stop Donald Trump with this random decision that he has arrived at, then Congress must act, and Congress must act immediately. The American people do not want our sons and daughters to go into this unauthorized war of choice, and I unequivocally oppose it.
This random decision that Donald Trump has arrived at. Like, this is just out of the blue. Nobody could have seen this coming. All Donald Trump's choice. Forget the fact that every president, every administration since 1979 has understood the threat posed by the Islamic Republic occupying Iran and turning that country's resources into a war machine against the United States and our allies around the world. Forget all of that. This is just Donald Trump's choice.
Yeah, Donald Trump is doing what no other president was willing to do. You can go back to the Biden administration, the Obama administration, the Bush administration, the Clinton administration. Everybody has said that the Iranian government, the IRGC, is a full-on threat to America, threat to the region, and threat to a plethora of nations around the globe. Everybody kicked the can. Obama released billions of dollars, right? So did Biden. They did the same thing. People need to understand that the agreement that was put together between Barack Obama and some other nations out there expires. very soon. This dude's going to talk about it. It expires very soon. And they were gearing up for a full-fledged attacks on Israel, on other countries in the region, and on the United States, if they could do it. And if not here in the homeland, especially, in bases and things of that nature scattered around the globe.
And the American people don't want it. Of course, the American people don't want to go to war. We don't know any better. We're not paying attention to the nitty-gritty details of international foreign policy. We don't know how many Americans have been killed. We don't remember how many embassies have been bombed. We don't know that the Iranian school children wake up every morning chanting death to America like the Pledge of Allegiance. You're the expert.
He's absolutely right there. The average American lives such a comfortable life that they don't have to concern themselves with what's going on internationally. They don't have to concern themselves. But what I will tell you is this: those that join the military, those that swear, that raise our right hand and swear that oath, we understand what we're swearing to. At least I would say 85-90% of people do. Even I would say 100% people, they understand what they just didn't think that they would be put in a position to where they would have to live up to that oath. But the average American knows nothing, because we live such a comfortable and privileged life that our comfort, our privilege, our military's might affords the people in our country to put its head in the sand and act like there's no real threats anywhere around the world.
You're supposed to be the leader that helps us understand these complex issues, and you're playing politics with it. Of course, war is unpopular. Of course. And you just turn it into a political football.
Mm-hmm.
You could criticize how Trump is conducting the war, say you would have done it this way, you would have done it that way, but you don't. You just say this is a war of choice, a random decision, even though you know better.
Actually, she may or may not know better, but she definitely isn't in the solution offering business, because Kamala has no solutions. And to be honest with you, I don't think anybody from the Democrat Party has solutions.
Score cheap political points. Pretend that this is just another crazy mistake from Donald Trump. Whoever was in office right now, whatever president from whatever party, would have had to deal with this threat. It should have been dealt with under Obama, when they kidnapped a ship full of Navy sailors and held them hostage. No, he created the nuclear deal, which would have expired this year. The limits on nuclear enrichment would have expired this year. And the limits on rockets, distance that Iranian rockets can travel, expired 3 years ago. That deal would have been gone. There is no diplomacy right now, and Iran knows that. They were planning for exactly this year, the entire time, to attack. Oh, nuclear deal's over? Let's go. One more clip.
He entered a war, got pulled into it by Bibi Netanyahu, let's be clear about that, entered a war that the American people do not want, putting at risk American service members.
And then she jumps on the blame Israel bandwagon. Like, they just pulled us into this war for no reason, right? Not because there's been rockets flying at them for the past 2.5 years. Ever since October 7th, 2023, when Hamas invaded Israel and took over 200 people hostage and killed over 1,000 in the most ruthless way possible. No, Israel just, for some reason, because they're awful and terrible, pulled us into this war. No, they're on the front lines, and they were attacked. And we were the only country with the guts to step in and do something about it. Because it's not just Israel that's under attack. Israel's just the first country in the way. I could show you dozens of clips right now of Islamic preachers in Arabic and English telling us exactly what they want to do, that they want to destroy the United States, destroy Western civilization, and turn us all into the Islamic handmaid's tale. And Kamala Harris can't even be real about that threat. She is the reason that I have so much trouble voting for Democrats right now in this moment.
Wow. Wow. Powerful. But he's absolutely right. I mean, if you heard anything worth refuting based off of what this guy said, I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. I want you guys to hear from Pastor Turnbull in reference to President Trump in this situation. I want you guys to hear from him and what he said about this.
How much is not a politician? He's a businessman. This is what a politician does. Is it broke? Yeah. How much does it cost to fix it? 10 grand. Do we have the money? Yes. How's it going to make me look if we fix it? That's a politician. It's a businessman. Is it broke? Yeah. How come y'all didn't fix it? We didn't know if he wanted to be fixed. Do we have the money? Yes. Then fix it. That's Donald Trump. He's just a fixer.
I wanted to show that to you guys right there real quick, because that's what you get from a lot of politicians. They'll be presented with an issue and they'll ask, how is this going to make me look if we solve said issue? And the president, he doesn't care about any of that. He was probably brought something that said, hey, Iran is planning to attack. Iran is planning to do this. They have this type of capabilities. They are on the verge. And he said, we got to get it done. Probably didn't even ask, how is this going to make me look? How is this going to make me look politically? But then again, he doesn't have to worry about that because he's not running again. And everybody else that's played a role in this, you know, they can say, hey, we're just following the orders in the direction of the president, commander in chief. But you get a lot of that from the left. The left plays politics. That's all they can do. They don't have a lot of solutions. Their agenda is extremely wicked. So everything about them is orange man bad, orange man bad. Of course, Americans don't like war. Of course, Americans would prefer that we live in, or think that we live in, this utopia of a world where everybody is good and everybody's nice to us and everybody wants to see everybody flourish. That is not the case. That is not the truth. And you have a lot of people out there, just like the dude that opened the clip, you know, with their disdain for supporting Democrats, because they, like a lot of politicians out there, and it's not just the Democrats, but a lot of politicians, they'll say one thing and then they get into office and do the other, because they are not beholden to the people that voted for them. They're beholden to the people that invested in them. And that's what people need to understand. The money talks. The votes matter, but the money talks. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts about any of this? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family, or you can buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.